Welcome you all to 5 minutes with the scripture. The Lord bless you. Today our scripture is taken from Romans chapter 12 verse 2. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good, what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. There is one thing that I want us to understand from this scripture. That thing is that your mindset, the Bible makes us understand that it said, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Your mindset, what you think determines what will happen to you. I want you to notice that your mindset is superior to your future. Your mindset is superior to your family liberation. What do you think in your mind? Do you think about God, or do you think about the worldly things? These are the things we have to come to understand. This is what the scripture is telling us, not just to read the scripture, but to understand the concept of what the scripture is saying. Is your mindset leading you to the place of your destiny? This is the question before us. What do you always think of? What do you always imagine? What is your thought? Do you think of the things of God, or you think of the things of the earth? He said, do not be conformed to this world. Do not be deceived by the things of the world. Do not be carried out by the things you see in this world. There is one thing I also understand from this scripture, that do not pursue the worldly things you see, but rather pursue God. Because God owns everything. He owns everything on earth, and He owns everything in heaven. So when you pursue God, when you waste your times on God, the earthly things become a less thing that God can decide to give you anything you want. You're talking about your mindset. And He said that you may prove what is good and acceptable. Is when your mindset is renewed. Is what you always think that will prove you to the good things you do. And the Bible also said that that unacceptable, that He may accept you, that He may receive you, that He may accommodate you. It's one thing for God to love you enough to accommodate you, to accept you as His son, as His children. So you must know the things that always come to your mind. Is it positive things? Is it negative things? There are principles that I want you to understand from this scripture. Number one, your mindset is superior to your certificate. Your mindset is superior to your future. Your mindset is superior to what will happen to your generation. Your mindset is your mindset is superior to the grace of God that is upon your life. That is one thing that you have to understand. That not just to be walking up and down, but to know what you always think of, to know what you always imagine. Your mindset determines what will happen to you. So you have to understand this from the scripture. And you see, further said, I said through the grace given to you, to everyone who is among you, not to think of himself, not to think of yourself, but to think of God. When you think of God, you see that God will come and dwell in you and perfect what is yet to perfect in your life. So it's one thing to understand, when your mindset is renewed, destiny is at success. When your mindset is renewed, destiny is transformed. Realm in which you live determines the realms of your thinking faculty, the realms you live. So it's one thing to understand this. It's one thing to understand this from the scripture. Can you open your mouth and thank God for His word for you today? Say, Lord, help me to know what I will think. Help me to think positively. Help me to always think about you.